What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, we're doing another Dish Soap Set 12 VOD review, because he's the world champ. He's playing TFT. You gotta watch it. I said this to myself that I would do something at the beginning of last set, and I didn't end up doing it. But honestly, I think it's probably not a bad idea, I said, I'm gonna watch every single Dish Soap stream just through 100%. And like, honestly, if you do that, you probably can't be lower than, like, Master Tier. Like, you might even, if you play enough games, like, be guaranteed GM. If you just watch, maybe even Challenger if you watch every Dish Soap stream and, you know, do your best to learn from it. In any case, Dish Soap this game got to play a comp that I'm really, really hyped about. Also, I heard you guys comment, all right, no Gotham chest, caught. No Gotham chest little, like, intro at the start. I'll just hop into the VOD and I'll yap and pause when I need to. That's what you guys seem to like. And look, I am nothing if not responsible, something like that. Responsive to you guys' questions, concerns, comments, that kind of stuff. So, this game we start off with Nila pair, and Dish Soap says, I'm going to play Nila Warrior Reroll. And I think it's great. I think it's a comp that a lot of people are interested in. He takes the big gains to start off with, because this is going to allow his Nila to scale up her HP across the entire game. And he takes the transmogrify. He buys, this is really, really smart from Dish Soap. He buys as many one costs as possible here, just to try to ensure that he doesn't, I mean, I guess there's nothing that he really cares about here getting transformed. I guess he'd ideally like to hold on to, like, maybe this Twitch pair, but, like, I don't know, is there even a world where you're playing the Twitch pair? But in any case, he buys these guys, transforms, hits the Akali, and then boom, we can get this board in, Warriors plus the Nila, and he's gonna make some Nila items, which he's gonna end up going for the LW plus the BT here. So this version of Nila is similar to set, was it 9? Nila, the Bilgewater Nila, where she jumped and then slapped. She had the triple RFC build for a little while on that version of Nila. It's similar to that version, where she jumps, she slaps, she jumps, gets a shield. When she's shielded, she gets extra attack speed, so stuff like BT is fantastic on her, because anytime she gets a shield, she gets a bunch of attack speed. So once that BT shield procs, she's getting attack speed. And then Last Whisper also pretty solid on her, because, you know, she's an AD champion. She's doing this whip that is in a line, so that can potentially hit. See right there, we hit multiple units with that, so that's applying LW to all those units. And yeah, this is going to be our start with Nila. Last item, maybe a Titans, maybe an Edge of Night we'll end up seeing. We ended up leveling here for Eldritch just to make the board a little bit stronger. And boom, there's Nila too. So this will be a great spot to play this comp. And then the question, of course, is just kind of like, okay, what do you play with the rest of the board? It's pretty easy to play this Ashe plus this Akali and then another unit and get, like, multi-striker in. Maybe like a Hecarim, because he tends to fit on boards. You know, you can get, like, Hecarim and then end up putting in, like, a Shen as well if you want to get Pyro. This is why I'm watching this VOD, because this is a comp I have played zero on PBE, on playtest. I know a lot of people have a lot of ideas about what the strongest version of this board is. And so I'm really curious to see what Dish Soap's strongest version is in his head. There's an Akali with Glove on Carousel. Like I said, either Titans or Edge of Night, I would have to imagine, are the slams here. Probably you'd lean more towards Titans, and that is a 3-cost bow here. So yeah, I think we yunk that up. We have a Titans now, and this is just going to be the biggest Nila of all time. Look at her. And we even can get multi-striker in here if we're interested in. We also can pick up this Remover plus Reforger. Yep, multi-strikers can come in there. No reason not to ever buy this 0-cost. There's no reason to not buy a 0-cost charm unless you're thinking of, you know, like rolling and finding another charm, which we got to roll 3 times to hit another charm. There's no way we're doing that this early, so we pick this up even if we're not using these. I actually noticed a bug today, which I'm sure they'll fix with this charm, but there is a way where you can basically, like, keep the Reforger for an extra round. I'm not gonna tell you guys how to do it, because, I mean, one, they're gonna bug fix it, and two, you know, I don't want to be disseminating bugs, but such a thing does exist right now. We're day, what are we at today? Today's Friday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're day 4 of PBE today, so of course we're still working out some kinks. I say we as if I'm on Riot's team. I'm on Team Riot because I love Riot games. But yeah, I mean, this is a fantastic early game from Dish Soap. Kind of got gifted a free early game with this Nila too, and then just slammed items on her, and we are just, you know, popping off here. But good on Dish Soap to see the Nila angle and this really cool idea for a reroll comp angle. I really want to know what his final board ends up being. Obviously, you're going to play around the Nila Akali because they're 2-cost warriors, so you can roll for both of them on level 6, and they also fit together pretty well, like you can see here with this Eldritch. and multi-striker setup. The Ashe being Eldritch and multi-striker really allows the entire board to fit together. We can make 40 here, and we are going to a couple more items here. Sure, we can reroll with a 1 cost just in case. Yeah, maybe there's an Ashe 2 or like even a random Elise 2 here. Could be something. But I mean, yeah, the opener looks fantastic. The question is just what do we continue to play the rest of the game? Oh, I think Dishop was checking there if the Golem gets big gains, which would be really, really cool, but it seems that it does not, unless somehow it's at exactly 1000 HP, but there's no way. Fighting a Shyvana too here, but this board that we're fighting just has no damage, and yeah, this Nila, there's just going to be nothing this stage that can beat Nila. Let's pause going to Augment here, just see what all of our options are. Nothing new here, and nothing that you're really excited for. Little buddies and threes of crowd seem like easy rerolls, unless there's like a lot of 3 costs that you can fit into this board, which I don't think. And then you have Big Grab Bag, which would be the default pick if you have to take it and use it to itemize Akali. Not the worst. Wow, he actually rerolls that first, which is wild to me. But he already gets an interesting option. This is Unleash the Beast in a Sterak's, and then when its effect pops, when you get down to that lower HP threshold, you get 30% attack speed and immunity to crowd control. The attack speed lasts for the rest of combat, and the crowd control lasts for 10 seconds. This is really, I mean, we would love to be able to put this on the Nila, actually, but sadly we're already triple item Nila, so I feel like this would be really nice. But this, I can't wait to play around this augment, because it seems really, really fun. So yeah, I'd love to take that. Roll hit too healthy. Too healthy. I talked about this on stream, but actually fits quite well. You can play a board with a lot of 2 costs. You can fit these guys. You can fit the 2 cost Eldritch, which is Syndra, I believe. Yeah, Syndra. You can do like a Syndra Cassiopeia setup. And then there's so many 2 costs. The Kassadin you can also fit on this board. There's a lot of 2 costs you can fit. Yeah, so the idea is you can play Akali, Cassiopeia, this guy Kassadin, Syndra, Nila. You can play those 5. I think that was 5 that I just named out. Yeah, and then you only have to add like 1 or 2 extra units just to tie around all of their synergies. We'll see if there's anything else that Dishop sees that he can fit here. But I mean, yeah, 2 healthy makes a lot of sense. Boom, Akali 2. We are not going to have to roll once this game, I think, until we start rolling, you know, like still rolling for our units. But yeah, there's most of the board. Syndra, Kassadin. You can, like I was talking about, fit in Cassiopeia for the Encanter, but it looks like he's not that interested in that. He'd rather get the multi-striker in and Hecarim, which fits very, very well. And then, yeah, this combination of Hecarim plus Shen looks really, really nice. You get Pyro and multi-striker in here. And then you're really just saying, how do I want to fit Eldritch here? You can play the Vanguard. There's you can play like Rumble for Vanguard plus the other guy. The Mordekaiser as well is an option, but I mean, this spot is illegal. I won't tell you guys that this spot isn't high roll, but I mean, who cares? It's fun. Elise Nasus to finish out the board. Oh, that could be cool to get Shapeshifter in plus Eldritch here. We're gonna take that. That was the one that rerolls your shop with lower cost units, I believe. Yeah. To potentially hit some extra 2 costs. We end up getting a Hecarim that we can play here, and yeah, we are slow rolling here, trying to figure out, you know, what our board is gonna end up being. This looks pretty good for it now, and then yeah, eventually the Ashe is going to come out. We got to hold on to that Hecarim. I like this a lot. This is a really cool board. So this is a board that fits on level 7 and plays, or I think that was for a level 6 board with 4 2 costs, because he didn't include that Cassiopeia like I talked about. Yeah, the Cassiopeia fits as like the problem I guess with fitting Cassiopeia is that it's just another mouth to feed with items. There's just not enough items to go around usually to itemize all of these carries, so I kind of like this version more than the other one. Ooh, that's an Akali with sword. There's also a Shen with glove, which I think we'd prefer to take one of them. Yeah, I mean, Akali with sword looks good. You can make either Edge of Night or Sterak's here. Curious to see what Dishop wants to end up picking up here. And ooh, look at these rolls go. We are getting a lot of very valuable rolls here, like a lot of good stuff here. And yeah, let's see. Okay. He was back and forth between the two, but we're gonna end up going Edge of Night here. Akali does end up kind of like dashing into the backline. That's just how her champion works. And so something like Edge of Night probably is Biss on her just because, you know, she's very, very frequently going to do something like that dash there, dash up here, and then end up taking aggro. And so something like Edge of Night allowing her to drop aggro would be really, really nice. Ooh, this was a close fight, honestly. This guy's level 7. I want to actually go back and look at what this guy's board was, just because this was... Dishop's board is insane, and the fact that this fight was even close is wild here. So it's 3 mage. You're fitting in Sugarcraft with the Gwen. You're also fitting in Shapeshifter with like a random Shyvana plus Jace, and then you're fitting Barry as well with the Katarina. And it's Katarina 2. Okay, so that's a lot of what's carrying the board is just a random Katarina 2. Honestly, if there was a way that we could have like items on Katarina, maybe they would have won this fight. But yeah, triple item Seraphine as well, and yeah, it's a really a really close fight, honestly. Yeah, the Shyvana, just in my opinion, a very, very strong unit. They actually, I believe, nerfed her today. Yeah, they nerfed her stun a little bit today because, yeah, I think she is just such a monster. Honestly, the fact that this Shyvana unit does all this is, I feel like, just not allowable. Honestly, it's too good. But you know, all good. But yeah, I mean, we're chilling here at this point. Ooh, continuing to roll down. Ooh, and picking up a lot of stuff here. Dish Soap starting to send it a little bit. We end up getting out of the Ash here to get into the Hecarim and play the Cinder as well, so we can get more 2 healthy value. And yeah, this is most of what our board is going to end up being. We just have the... who are we not playing right now? I don't believe we have the Shen. We have 2 Pyro, and yeah, no, we do have the Shen in here. So really just waiting for the upgrades at this point, the extra units. And it almost looks like he gave up on the Elise because we aren't holding Elise anymore. But the idea that he was thinking of is Elise plus the Nasus, who, you know, get another level of Pyro, which is more attack speed for Akali, which is pretty nice. I don't really love 3 Pyro that much. I feel like it doesn't add much to the board, but hey, we're going to roll here. Smart by Dish Soap to immediately buy a Charm there, just so that he can roll down here and not have, you know, to hold all this stuff here. Gonna have to make some tough choices there as far as what units to hold, but he ends up rolling it down, picks up the Nila 3 and the 0 item Kassadin 3, but we can make like a redemption on him. Yeah, I like that a lot. And we're 1 off Akali 3, which is... It's really, really nice that we hit everything with gold to spare. The only thing that's kind of hard here is, do you continue rolling for the Akali? Do you just push levels at this point? You know, you kind of have to start asking these questions. Arcana's maybe something else that you could fit here. And yeah, we're considering the Arcana on potential level up. Keepers with all this HP we already have doesn't seem amazing. It's probably our best option out of these two because I don't think these two do anything, but I wouldn't love this. I would love to just have a better combat augment, I would think, over these. Okay, looks like we are going to angle keepers here. Support Golem, I honestly probably would take over keepers here, but looks like you're so... Or even maybe you could make the argument for Clockwork Accelerator, just stack up your attack speed. But yeah, he takes the keepers. It's a generically good augment in this comp. I just feel like we already have so much HP with big gains and 2 healthy that, like, do we really need a shield here? But I think, I mean, yeah, we're just going to go for it. We're going to level here. So yeah, the idea is that... Oh my god, that's the charm that we bought, the one that makes your carry hop to the back line. Your unit with highest AD, that's so good for us because Nila just jumps to the back line and destroys everyone. That's so... If we could get that every round, we would be so pleased. But obviously, that's not something that's going to happen. We got... I mean, yeah, a fantastic spot here. There's Shen 2. So I'm interested to see what the board ends up being. Yeah, right now it's Arcana, and yeah, he's going to Arcana the Hecarim. This feels really, really good. Oh, and the idea is that you just play this plus the Mordekaiser, and that's your final board. I like that a lot more. Like I was talking about, I don't think the 3 Pyro really does that much. I think the Mordekaiser is, you know, a better unit than the Elise. I mean, kind of. Elise provides CC, which is nice. But, you know, 3 cost versus 1 cost. And this also allows you to play the Thomas Kench. And this allows you to play Arcana, which seems really, really nice on this board. The extra AD and DR onto all these guys, the Warriors, is going to be really, really helpful. But yeah, I mean, continuing to streak here. We still have not lost our streak. It is 4-4. We could pick up a Titan's Resolve. Probably don't want another Edge of Night here. We could take a tank at him if we have to. There's Titan's Resolve, and it's on a Mordekaiser, so that's really, really nice. The only sad part is I'd love to get some healing onto this Akali at some point. Ooh, he's looking at this, the extra HP. I can't imagine that that's better. Yeah, that sounds a billion times worse. Once again, considering we have so much effective HP just from everything that we got here. Oh, but he is actually going to sell the Mordekaiser, so he's not thinking of adding Mordekaiser here. Is he going to make Titan's Resolve? That's the other question, and looks like no Titan Slam yet. Looks like perhaps we think that this fight's just too easy for us and we're going to wait, but I wonder what we're holding these components for. Maybe like a Sunfire Cape because we have no heal cut in this situation. I could see that. I don't know what else Bow would be. Or maybe he just thinks Titan's Resolve is not a great Akali item in general because she's not taking that much aggro. She's jumping to the middle of their board, not taking aggro in that situation, and then she's only dropping aggro. She's only getting aggro after your frontline drops aggro, after this, say, like, Kassadin dies, or maybe even the Hecarim dies, depending on, like, this Nami here would aggro onto Hecarim, right? No, everyone's gonna aggro onto Kassadin, so this is actually really, really good positioning for us, because, yeah, you want essentially the Kassadin to take aggro for a really long time, buy a bunch of times so this Akali doesn't get re-aggroed on. This is something really important when you're playing melee carries, is you don't want to put like a really weak front line, like, you know, put a 1-star on your front line because that 1-star is going to die and then they're going to aggro onto your melee carries who have walked up at that point. So something to consider. More Arcana doesn't do that much. Oh, he's looking at... I'm not actually sure. Not sure why the Ahri over the Tom Kench here. I guess if he's thinking about adding, like, Scholar to this board, but I don't see why or where. So, I don't know. Interested to see where this goes. So many options here. I would just go Titan Sterex, I think. Is there something much better? I don't really see it. Maybe you could go... Oh, okay, so he wanted the heal cut, and he's going to make the red buff plus the Sterex. Okay, I like it a lot. So yeah, we make heal cut on the Akali. I wonder how good Akali is at applying this heal cut. And then smart stuff, he puts the Chain Vest onto Hecarim here so that he gets the Arcana value. I mean, she, like, dashes through the most... It's not, like, the most units. It's the, like, furthest unit within a 3-hex range. I wonder, and then she does her, like, shurikens in an AoE. So I guess she's an okay red buff holder. Probably not amazing, but not terrible. Oh, this is interesting. So yeah, you could do this and then just guarantee 40% attack speed for 7 seconds for Nila. I don't completely love it because Nila has to spend a few of those seconds walking up. Maybe let's see how many seconds it takes her to get to the front line. Maybe 1, 2. Yeah, it takes her like 2 seconds to get to frontline, so she has 5 seconds still of this attack speed, which is still pretty good. So okay, seems reasonable. And of course, Dishup's on a 16 streak, so he wants to keep it. It's just that was 5 gold that we spent there, and I wonder if we even needed to spend that 5 gold to keep streak. This is one of the questions that charms raise is, you know, like judging your board and saying like, okay, do I need to actually like play for these charms in this way? I mean, yeah, at this point we're going fast 9, not worrying about the Akali 3. We're just saying we'll find Akali at some point. Hey, maybe we'll get a augment that gives us a duplicator. And yeah, he wants to play more vertical Arcana. The idea was just that he really says that Eldritch and Vanguard are going to do next to nothing on this board, and he'd rather just have more AD from Arcana. I kind of love it. Like, you don't really... The Golem isn't really going to do anything this late into the game. You don't really need that extra, you know, tankiness, and it's 15 AD on these units that actually matter. It doesn't give you any more, like, damage reduction or anything, which is, you know... I mean, that would be really nice. Eldritch +1 on Carousel if we wanted, either that or maybe a Warmogs for our Kassadin. I guess it has to be Eldritch +1 then, unless you want to go Gwinsu Kassadin and get him popping off. But yeah, I mean, a random Eldritch, you probably throw this onto a unit that's unitemized right now, like a Tom Kench, so that he gets that damage reduction. What? Oh. He's trying to break it apart with the Salvager one, but it's not breaking apart, is the, I guess, the thing, which is Eldritch. I still need to learn. Look, we're day 4 PV. I still need to learn all the craftable and like which ones are craftable and which ones are uncraftable. Because if it's craftable, and it should be craftable because of the way that the portrait looks, right? When the portrait is that color, you see the preserver emblem that was up here. That's gray because it was uncraftable. That one, because it's purple, I imagine it is craftable. So maybe that's just a bug with that augment, or I don't know. Maybe something was going on there. I don't know. In any case, looks like we're going to push 9, maybe get 4 Arcana in. I mean, 4 Arcana, it's a little bit more AD to the units. If I recall correctly, it's not a huge amount of extra AD. You know, it's not like we're going to jump from like 25 to like 50 or something like that. Maybe it's like 40 or something like that. I guess we'll see when we end up putting it in. Or maybe we'll end up putting in something else. Maybe we'll throw a random Melio onto the board. I don't know. But I mean, hey, the board's looking good. We're coasting to a top 3, kind of stomping everybody. And yeah, we're just going to put... Okay, so Xerath is the idea. And yes, vertical Arcana plus the Akali and the Nila. This is a cool version of the comp. I never would have thought to play the vertical Arcana with this, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense. There's just not a lot of value in some of the other stuff. And yeah, I think you can take this, use this to just push level here. Ionic Spark onto your Kassadin is, I guess, a little bit of tank stats and a little bit of damage. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. We still haven't used our rerolls, but I guess the idea from Dishop is he doesn't have to use these rerolls this round. He's going to wait until 6-2. Why not? He's 78 HP, so he's just going to buy that, take the free rerolls like I talked about, I think in last video or maybe the one before that. All rerolls bank now permanently, so he can use these rerolls whenever he wants to. Obviously, you know, he has to use them before the game ends, but he's got a lot of time at 73, 61 HP. Yeah, that was delayed damage, but I'm sure he can level now, and very, very high chance of finding a unit that you are looking for here. Doesn't end up picking up the dragon, and does just use another econ charm here. Interesting. Ooh, and he's thinking about the Briar in here, so it's gonna be Briar in for Eldritch. Okay, so what did we end up cutting there? What we had the Syndra in, so he's gonna get Briar in over Syndra. Obviously, this loses to healthy value, but the idea is that Briar is like a better unit, like a better enough unit that it's worth just losing that HP. Also, the HP at this far point in the game is quite irrelevant. In my in my games, Briar has been a bit underwhelming, but maybe she can be a decent unit just on this board as like support. She doesn't have to be a carry with a bunch of items. She can just, do her thing, jump into the middle of the enemy team and waste their time. And, maybe that's an idea. I mean, I could see it. There's finally the Akali 3 on 9, which is pretty incredible that we even got there. And yeah, looking like maybe this will end up being our board, just playing the Melio for now until we end up hitting the Xerath. Melio, not amazing here because we don't really have high value units to farm items for. The biggest one is Kassadin, but as you can see, we're farming items for, I don't even see. Oh, we got a death cap on the Kassadin. That's big. Though, is this game getting any further? Demacia and Raptor playing this Karma board, which is pretty cool. Karma with no mana item even. Karma with a very low mana pool, so very often you see mana items built on her, like a blue buff. But yeah, no mana item Karma. Doesn't want to pick up the Xerath here. We'd prefer to just take JG here for, I don't even know who that's for Kassadin? Or Melio, or, I mean, I guess it's for Xerath, but, you'd have to find one. And there was Xerath on Carousel, but I assume he was just thinking that he's going to, yeah, we end up putting the JG onto the Kassadin here. So this will be, we'll see if it's the final fight. Let's just watch. I just wanted to look at what Raptor's board is. Okay, so it's a Vertical Preserver with Preserver +1, which is just so gross. Playing, this is 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then using Tom Kench with Arcana with the Xerath. So this is kind of like a capped, like almost level 9 type board, using just these guys as our tank and then random this guy in for Incanter for our Karma. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like it. I wish, whenever I play Karma, I feel like playing towards Chrono is so insane, but it just looks like Raptor couldn't get to Chrono this game, and this Raptor guy just got the charm that makes him alive for one more round, so we're probably not going to stage 7 even after that, but that's so funny that Raptor gets the charm that makes you survive a round. I would say, Mortog, if you're listening, I mean, he's like moving, so whoever the set lead for the set is, I don't actually know who it is at Riot. We gotta get that charm out of the game, the charm that makes you guaranteed live for a round, that gives you last stand. That should not be in the game, especially for 5 gold. Maybe you can make that like 20 gold. Ooh, though it looks like with maybe a better charm, Raptor is going to win this fight. Oh, we're gonna go to stage 7. Hey, that's, I get to make a longer YouTube video. Ooh, okay, so we're also gonna move over our Arcana selector. We're gonna put this on Xerath now, so we're getting true damage per each charm that we have. For every 3, you get 7%, so we're at 35% bonus true damage. Holy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be better than a little bit of DR and then a lot of bit of AD. I think that makes a lot of sense. And he considered, I can't imagine that you're going to cut Kassadin 3 at this point in the game for Camille plus Ban. I don't think that even does that much. So yeah, I mean, this is just going to be our board. Xerath item here, perhaps. I mean, maybe if you hit a Camille too. We got Dragon, which is pretty nice. You want Xerath item here for sure, but there is not one. So I don't know. You could take a Vex item, a Stair Axe, I guess. Wouldn't be bad. Or even like Adaptive Helm to get it. Ooh, just Adaptive Helm to get Xerath casting. Okay, I could see it. Okay, so it seems like Dish Soap doesn't prioritize this Briar unit that highly, because yeah, I mean, the fact that he's not itemizing Briar too, yeah, seems like he thinks she's more, I don't know, utility. That is, in any case, going to be a first from Mr. Dish Sub. Master class on playing this 2-cost, 2 healthy reroll comp with like Warriors and Kassadin. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thanks for watching.